Hello and welcome to this presentation. My name is Yousra Abourehab and I'm presenting with my colleagues Onur, Veronica, Wen, and our participating educators and collaborators from the Worlds of Experience projects are Dr. �々𝘠𝘂, Jorge, Anne Hagerson, Angie, and Wei. This Worlds of Experience project is a professional learning series for teachers and is funded by the Center for Educational Resources for Culture, Language, and Literacy, or CIRCLE, Center for East Asian Studies, Latin American Studies, the Digital Innovation and Learning Lab, and the Center for Middle Eastern Studies. The title of our presentation is Creating to Learn Through Multimodal Virtual Field Experiences, or VFEs. First, we would like to acknowledge the land and territories of the Tohono O'odham and Pasquiyaqui people, where our work and research took place.
The Worlds of Experience for Language Learning project is a semester-long teacher professional learning series. We aim at helping teachers develop experiential and immersive language learning materials. Next slide, please. One of the challenges as we language teachers and learners often face is the lack of authentic language materials to use during language teaching. Learners and teachers cannot simply travel to the cities and countries where the target language is spoken. There might be limitations such as time, money, or students' age. Students might be young learners. As a result, learners cannot be exposed to the target language as well as cultural items. They have limited opportunities for practice. To answer language learners and teachers' needs, we have introduced the Worlds of Experience for Language Learning project, which we call WELL project in short. And one of our participating teachers described the capabilities of the WELL project. She says, not all of our students have access to learning about the deep type of when you go to and travel to a country. So that rich experiences in the virtual experience that we are providing really gives you the depth that we are looking as opposed to just reading something out of a book. And besides, WELL is a multimodal project. In our designs, other modes of meaning making, such as images, sounds, and videos, are not subservient to text. All modes have equal weight in communication and meaning making. And another participating teacher is talking about this issue. She says, what I like about ThingLink is that our projects have various modes. It's not a flat page, it's not a flat picture. You can also upload sound, and students can hear languages, the varieties, and see them on the map. Hear them, see them. The language is alive.
You may wonder what virtual field experience is. Virtual field experience are flexible, web-based, immersive, and interactive experiences that embed artifacts, including audio, video, multimodal resources to create interactive digital learning experiences. The design process involves developing a focus, locating or creating resources that advance a communicative purpose, and sequencing resources to create a product that supports meaningful language teaching and learning. First, let's look at one example created by one of our presenters, Veronica, to get the general idea of what VFE is.
I created the San Jose example to make you feel that you were there and to feel like a Costa Rican in San Jose downtown. This is a very special place that connects landmarks and places of every day of a Costa Rican life. So for example, the Central Market. In the Central Market, you can find like alternative medicine that grandma makes. So I use a lot of like media, like 360 images, like this one. I use videos that I created from scratch and recordings where I explain the different things that you can see around. So you can see San Jose from the perspective of a Costa Rican.
In our today's presentations, we are going to illustrate 3 VFE projects coming from 3 language teachers. We will see how their VFE are designed and created to represent the notions of multimodality and meaningful language teaching and learning. The first project, named Recycling in Colombia, came from a Spanish teacher. Teacher Angie engaged her students in an inquiry-based language learning, what the recycling looks like in Colombia. So she incorporates images, text, YouTube videos, narrations to illustrate how people engage in daily recycling to make a sustainable environment. The use of multiple modes interacting at the same time gives the viewers many voices to absorb. A combination of modes affords different kinds of possibilities of human expression and engagement with the ideas, the local life, and the world. The second project, named the Cross-Cultural Easter, created by teacher Anne Hagerson. This project explored the way Easter is celebrated in the different regions of the world, Mexico, Spain, and the United States. Teacher Anne's objective is to facilitate students' mutual understanding and exchange to comprehend Easter traditions in more depth in different regions and cultures. In this unit, the students are the experts and share the cultural traditions in their regions while inquiring about traditions in other regions. We can see how people celebrate Easter in different cultures and regions. Teacher Anne designed icons and annotations to present cultural traditions in Easter holiday in 3 countries through analyzing images, reading the poem, and writing summaries. Modes combined with interactive features provide students more engaging and immersive experience in this platform. The third project, created by teacher Wei, showing us a dining table that represents some most popular and signature dishes of a Taiwanese style breakfast. There are multiple purposes of this project, such as vocabulary building, learn and name some of the common foods and the snacks in Mandarin, and practice using appropriate food-related vocabulary in context, and also like cultural understanding obtain a basic understanding of Taiwanese eating customs and lifestyle, including traditional dishes, eating schedules, and social norms, and recognizing cultural differences. And the teacher will show the food using both Mandarin and English. Multimodal meaning making and multilingualism is tied to creators' identity, lived experience, and local global connections.
When it comes to language learning and multimodality in the VFEs created by the teachers, we can see that they provide a great opportunity to mix and match according to the language needs. Different modes promote different communicative opportunities, so not every interaction taps into every combination of modes. So the teacher's design is very unique. They go through a process that is fluid and dynamic, discovering which modes are the ones that suit the communicative needs in every single VFE. Let's take a look at the design features of the Colombia example. El reciclaje en Colombia by Angie. This is just a picture of the landing page. It doesn't have only visual appeal, but also every single image that is there is carefully chosen to represent different characteristics of Colombia. It also has a series of icons that invite students to engage in different experiences in the VFE. These icons will help eventually students to organize themselves, to find the adventure that they want to go through in their VFEs. Sometimes teachers, in other examples, we have seen that they put numbers for sequence, arrows for navigations, and different icons to signal different messages for the person who is viewing the VFE. Also, teachers add multimedia, like, for example, videos in the Colombia example, maps, presentations, websites. All of these things help to make meaning and will eventually help students comprehend better and have this multisensory experience. Teachers in their VFEs use different tags with multimodal content, and they play with the different types of modes that we have, creating an experience, which is a multimodal text. Other design features that we're going to explore are the following. Let's look at ants.
In this video, you can see some traditional foods that we eat during Easter. So in the middle, you see a quiche, which is made with eggs. And also it has filling, maybe a spinach quiche. It could have anything in it like shrimp, or it could have asparagus, like a vegetable quiche, or it could be a meat or a seafood quiche. And then we also would eat pancakes, waffles. So brunch is a combination of lunch and breakfast. So we have.
So this is taken one of the experiences within Anne's VFE. So what we learn from this example is how she designs, having in mind intramodal and intermodal interactivity. She explains what a quiche is in the bottom corner with her own narration. We see in the image of the different dishes that are eaten during Easter. We see the lady preparing them. So all of this helps us get a better understanding of the topic that is being discussed. Also on the right-hand side, we have El Reciclaje in Colombia again. She creates an experience with a specific flow of information. You see the different hotspots in the mountains, which provide many possibilities the future students can engage with. So she carefully designed this example to get this variety of modes and understandings. So there are a lot of meaning-making resources. If we compare the two examples, you see that different modes are used, right? And in some cases, many cases actually, to promote interactivity, teachers add Mentimeters, Instagram, Padlet, Flipgrids, which are external resources that also have multimodal content. Then we have this example by Wei, the Taiwanese style breakfast. She creates an experience. So usually in classrooms, we use handouts made by the teachers. We can also use authentic materials, but Wei takes us a step further with this example of the VFE, where she has contextualized language learning as a multimodal experience. So this eventually will help learners make connections between different aspects of the language, aspects that she presents and the cultural significance. So she carefully crafted this in order to create this beautiful experience where we can hover over different examples. Some things that we learned from the teachers in their VFE creation process, their design, is they do everything intentionally. So for example, the content, they choose less content because sometimes less, well, most of the time less content, less is more. So because they have chosen specific examples and specific information and modes in order to represent an idea, concept. They are careful not to have contradictory meanings when they're choosing this content also. Navigation, they make different choices to find elements that are coherent with the whole experience and that help whoever's looking at the VFE flow, have a journey within the VFE and have options of navigation too. In the media, they create a multimodal context for language learning and promote interactivity. So this whole process that the teachers went through is a process of create to learn. So the process they went through creating their VFEs, they had in mind the students' needs, the language needs, right? In order to make intentional choices of modes to include. This process is fluid. They tested different options. They thought about what was best. So it is always a process of choosing, testing, trying, and seeing what is best for the learning of languages. So the modes are not just used for aesthetics or for fun. They align with the learning processes.
Educators' VFE examples that we shared in this presentation show how educators embedded language learning opportunities in their VFE designs intentionally. The use of multiple modes offered interactive and contextualized language learning for meaning making. Participants in this project shared their insights on VFEs. For example, one educator shared that visual learning boosts critical skills that can promote language learning and scaffold language acquisition process. Another educator shared that VFEs include authentic integrated tools that make learning immersive and multimodal, which would also offer genuinely real experiences. Most importantly, an educator expressed the intercultural component that VFEs offer in learning and understanding of diverse cultures, saying, "Many of us learned a language because we fell in love with a culture, with a different culture or cultures. We are bringing cultures to the classroom through visuals and exploration. With that, VFEs bring diverse cultural experiences to life through multimodal explorations." We hope that this presentation inspired you. We are recruiting for new cohorts for fall 2023 and spring 2024. So please share widely with teachers. If you're interested, scan the QR code to fill out an interest form and we will contact you. Also, please join us on April 21st from 10:30 a.m. to 11:15 Pacific time for a live discussion. We look forward to your questions and comments, and thank you for listening.